Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Mythlook with your host Nitin Nair. Before we begin this episode, we would just like to bring your attention to another podcast and website that we run called The Daily Vanilla. It is a website that deals with satire, fun news and our very own twist on modern day events. Do check it out and give this podcast a like, a subscribe, or even, just review it and encourage your friends to listen to it as well. The Daily Vanilla, the place where you find information that the mainstream media refuses to acknowledge. Today is an important landmark episode for Mythlook as well because we are diving into a brand new mythology that we've added to our list of mythologies that we cover at the website and the podcast. Today we are introducing Greek mythology into the mix. Our first character that we are going to cover in Greek mythology is none other than the deadly Chimera. In Greek mythology, the creature known as a chimera is a fire-breathing female monster that attacked Lycia and Caria. It was later killed by Bellerophon. Some Western scholars of Chinese art, starting with Victor Segalen, use the word chimera generically to refer to winged leonine or mixed species quadrupeds such as Bixie, Tianlu, Qilin, and even the Qilin. The most common description of the chimera comes from the Homer's Illiad, in which the creature is said to have the head of a lion, body of a goat, and tail of a snake. Despite being classified as a female, the lion's head has a mane which is typical only of male lions. In some other descriptions, the creature is depicted to have three heads, one of a lion which is in front, the head of a goat which protrudes from the body, and then finally the head of a snake, which is a part of the lion's tail. Hooves of the goat have also been depicted, and it has many different interpretations, but the one that is most common is where they have three heads on a single body. The chimera's origins are highly disputed, and its genealogy has never been formally agreed on. According to Hesiod, the chimera's mother was a certain ambiguous she, which may refer to Echidna, in which case the father would presumably be Typhon, and possibly Hydra or even Ceto was meant instead. Other accounts say that Chimera was a child of Typhon and Echidna and a sibling of Cerberus and the Lernaean Hydra. There are several different genealogies. In one version, it mated with its brother Orthrus and mothered the Sphinx and the Nemean lion. It is believed that the chimera can breathe fire and was said to be incredibly powerful as it had abilities of all three creatures rolled into one. The concept of the chimera is commonly associated with ancient art and is also used in pop culture. In terms of pop culture, it refers to any creation that is a hybrid or a single entity composed of two or more distinct entities. It is often used in television shows and role-playing games, usually as an obstacle for players to overcome. The concept of the chimera is that it represents the most dangerous creature that humans can imagine. Its role is to challenge heroes to use their bravery and strength in order to win. The concept of the chimera has been used in various pop culture mediums such as video games and role-playing games such as Dungeons & Dragons series, as well as the popular video game series Final Fantasy. In some of the more popular science fiction films such as Star Wars, Star Trek, and the television series The X-Files, the creature has been used to describe the creations of genetically engineered hybrids. The chimera is a very important part of Greek mythology, and we felt that it was only right that we start with this to just show you the kind of fantastical beasts and creatures that the mythology can offer. All of us are familiar with the more popular ones in Greek mythology, so we will be giving them an intro as we go along in this podcast as well. Thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of Mythlook. This is your host Nitin Nair signing off by reminding you once again that Mythlook is the home of mythology.